Welcome back, family. Timo Hana here. I'm your host, Rich, and we're going to be covering the top 20, which is the top 10 regular and top 10 next 10 honorable mention of the Cover Price top 20 for the week of what the heck is today? May 19th, 2025. There we go. And Robert Monroe already checking in. And yes, and if anybody is like catching this on the replay, like I didn't see the thumbnail on this thing. I don't know what the heck happened. Saturday night, I prepared the thumbnail and everything. I thought I click upload. And when I came here to log into the what do you call it? The StreamYard room, it still wasn't created. I'm like, I didn't click. So there was nothing for you guys to prepare for. So I do sincerely apologize about that. Kenneth Bird is already here as well. How's it going, buddy? So yeah, we got definitely got a Battle Beast heavy top on this one. I'll give you my thoughts on those when we get there. But a couple of books that have been here for a little while, a couple of interesting new ones. And let's just jump right into it, shall we? Coming in at the number 20 spot, we have the 1 in 25 facsimile of issue number 5. It's a Fantastic Four number 5 facsimile, 1 in 25 ratio variant. There we go. Which these, I hate them. I'm sorry. You can't have a variant of a facsimile. It's, it's like, it's a clone, but with different DNA. And it's not a clone. And it's not a facsimile of Fantastic Four number 5. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not really that crazy about it. So it's here on the list, and I see its current trend is up 27%. Last recorded sale is $47. Let's see, highest was 51 for the raw, and those were for near mints. And wow, there's very fines as well for 24. Apparently, some got damaged in shipment. We've had a few of these in the past where they make a 1 in 25 variant of a facsimile. They never hold value, and I don't expect this one to be any different. I mean, it's already following it hasn't made it to 2.5 to 3 times the ratio price, which would be putting up around $63 to $75. By the way, full kudos to JP's Budget Collecting, who has worked out this formula with years of research, and he does the CBSI Comic Tom list also on Mondays. So I believe he does it an hour after me, so you don't have to leave and go check him out. But definitely, when you're done, you might go check out JP's Budget Collecting if you want more insight into what is some of the hottest books on their list as well. Okay, so I don't expect this to be any different. I think this is going to fall down. I don't know if it's going to go all the way down to ratio because it is Doom, and we've got the Fantastic Four coming up, and God help us if we get any kind of a Doom cameo or something, similar to what we got with Thanos at the end of like the first Avengers or second Avengers movie, the final do it myself. I'm thinking this is probably going to settle more like around 32 to 35, but definitely not going to be selling at the $47 mark. If it was going to go up, it would still be skyrocketing. It's not going to. It's debuting here at the number 20 spot, which means it'll probably be off the list next week. You may actually even see it come down to 25, but yeah, this is a very highly anticipated facsimile because it was the facsimile of the first appearance of Dr. Doom, so everybody wanted this one. All right, so that's where I think about that. Next up, we have the Mark Spears cover A of issue number 3, which is a Frankenstein, and again, the artwork is really, really cool. I do got to give. Oh, I didn't even notice the blue fingernails, which would be lack of oxygen. That makes a lot of sense there. I have a copy of this in raw. Now, you see the last recorded sale of a 9.8 was $47. That's what it said there, but over here it says last sale is $58. But you see here, near mint's going for $6. So the highest known value was March 29th. One sold for $77. It's now selling for the upper 50s, so it's already dropped down about 35% of its value. It's because by the time we got to this point here in January, the cat was out of the bag, as it will. It was the Mark Spears was in full effect. So while we may keep a lot of prices on the issue number 1s and some of the number 2s, I don't think the 3s and the 4s are going to hold value because everybody was pre-ordering them. Stores were ordering heavy on these things because everybody wanted Mark Spears. The stores were making sure they were filling those demands. Okay. So, yeah, I think this is going to continue to I think that the 9.8s are even those are going to go down lower. I think you're going to wind up more like 45 for a 9.8 on this. It's a cool book. Don't get me wrong. It's a great story, but if you're getting $6 for near mints, then the cost of grading, everybody's going to have these, and stores are going to be just like, I just want to recoup what I've put into it. Issue number 4, the 1 in 25, the Dr. Creepy. Again, with the color palette that Mark Spears uses, it's very distinguishable. I do like this one, though, too. It's the eyes, I think, that really get me on this. The background colors do work, but it's the eyes. And it's a 1 in 25, but it's selling for the most recent sale of a near mint for 43, and nobody has bought a 9.8 since February. A pre-sale of that came out in February. No, that came out May. So this is definitely a pre-sale of a 9.8. Sorry, that's right. It just came out 2 weeks ago. No, last week. No, 2 weeks ago. I was right. Dang. Somebody reach through the monitor and smack me, please. Again, the stores are ordering a ton of Mark Spears. You can see by this is what they had available for issue number 4. So even had the 300 homage, the oh my god, that's beautiful right there. The Black Cat homage. Oh, I might have to look for this. What is this going for? How much is this? Limited to 300. Oh, fire. Limited to 300, and that's $130. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's beautiful. All right. So like I said, if this is a 1 in 25, again, for anybody that's new to the hobby, to get one of these copies, a store had to order 25 copies, which would give them the right to purchase one of these at cover price. It's not that they didn't get charged $100. So if they wanted to get one for the store, they had to buy 25 total of all issues. Now, Mark Spears is a very hot seller, and if you look at all the different issues that they had to choose from, it was very easy for them to buy, say, 100 copies of this book and sell them very easily, which would afford them 4 copies of this 1 in 25. And you can see here, I own one of these, I got 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 one of these. You see that little you own. So, I mean, I got 5 of them myself. So yeah, I really think that this one, it's just going to be too prevalent in the marketplace. If you think about like Something is Killing the Children, once issues 1 through 10 were really lower print. Once you pass number 10 and hit number 11, that's when the cat was out of the bag, and that's when everybody was buying them and stores were getting them and pre-ordering and everything else. So 11 on is higher print runs, and that's why they didn't get to the same kind of value as issues 1 through 10 did. Invincible, on the other hand, from 15 years ago, there was no big explosion at that time. That's why all these key issues, issue number 48 is worth a lot of money. Issue number 62 is worth a lot of money because everybody wants them now that the series is out. So I think that this one is going to drop just a little bit more. It is a gorgeous cover. It would look great in a slab, but there's too many other great covers to choose from. So the Wolverine, Daniel Warren Johnson, issue number 8, the first full appearance of Adamantine. This has been on the list now since it first came out. And every single week it's here. It's just, without fail. I see the 9.8 last sale was in April 25th. So we have to discount that one a little bit and just look at the raws. We see FMV of 72 for a Near Mint Plus just sold for 61. Near Mint regular FMV of 55 just sold for 39. This book is coming down. Okay. So I know you see 50, but that's on May 5th, which is 13. It's 2 weeks before this. So the most recent sale is about 20% less than FMV. So this book is really starting to drop down in price. You may want to start looking for your copy and negotiate. Try to get a good, nice near mint copy for, say, 30. We have a second print coming out soon on this. If it's not out already, no, it's still a pre-release, and that's going to further drop down this the value of this because it looks exactly the same except Wolverine in the background is in white instead of red. And I'll be honest, I like it better in white. It gives it more of a black and white cover. Okay. So I think this is going to come down a little bit further, but if you want it, you start negotiating your prices. You should be able to get it for even less than the 39 in a near mint condition. Incredible Hulk number 449, the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. Not the Thunderbolts from the movie, of course, but this blew up because it's got that giant word introducing the Thunderbolts right there on the cover. Okay. Different origin, different group, different everything. And for those of you that have seen the movie, you understand why the asterisk in the name on the movie itself. For those of you that haven't, I'm not going to say anything. I know somebody that went this weekend. Finally, he went to go. Finally he got a chance to go. It's not like he was avoiding it. And yes, he liked the movie. I give it a solid 8, and he agrees with it being an 8. Which, if you think about the MCU past Infinity War, an 8 is fantastic. A lot of people do put what do you call it, the Far From Home and No Way Home higher. I put Thunderbolts above Far From Home. I wasn't that big of I liked Far From Home, but I wasn't like that much in love with it. I thought that was the weakest of the three. No Way Home had so much fan service in it. I absolutely loved it. It was like made for me. And Deadpool Wolverine, while it had a lot of great points in it, and maybe yell and cheer and scream and everything else, the rewatchability of Thunderbolts is higher. Okay. I think that that's definitely a movie I want to see 3, 4, 5 times. Whereas Deadpool Wolverine, a lot of it's kind of like, like surprise value that makes you like cheer. But if you know it's coming, it's kind of like watching Something About Mary the second time. But getting back to this book is already starting to fall. You see this FMV of 251 of a 9.8. Now it's selling for 213. 9.6s at 120. Your near mint down from 70 to 55. Near mint pluses, well, that's still a week ago, so no sales since last week on this one. Yeah, I think this book is going to fall even further. I really do. I think this book is definitely going to fall further. I'm thinking 9.8s. Unless they do something with the Thunderbolts, this group, I see in the long term this book being more like 120, 130 and a 9.8. I'm sorry. I see it being more like 20, 25 and a near mint raw. And only holding that value because of nostalgia. That I remember when this book was worth such and such, but it really has no reason to hold the whole value. Angry Streetwise Mail say, "Let's go." So yeah, I think that this is still got a long way to drop. Invincible Iron Man. Oh Lord, let's not fall down this trap again. First full appearance of Riri Williams, later becomes Ironheart. This is issue number 9. Yeah, let me just point this out. 2021, a 9.8 sold. See that? $1,000. Okay, and there's a 1 in 25 variant on this too. Just sold for 130. And it's sold for 130 after the trailer. Okay, after what should be its highest point. It just sold for 130 yesterday. Near mint raws for 40, and I think that's being generous. I am kicking myself for not selling this book a while back. I think when I sent mine in and it came back a 9.8, and I didn't pay a fortune for this thing. I think I got a raw for like 50. So, but when it came back a 9.8, I think at that time it was like a $650 book. I wish I had sold it. I wish I had. I don't even think it. Yeah, it's actually still on my wall. I was going to say, I don't even think it merits being on my wall anymore. Angry saying, who? Riri. It's actually just one re, but yeah, this book is, it may see a tiny little tick up, and I mean like a 5% tick up because of it being, but I know collectors are going to be very, very cautious, very skeptical, very apprehensive in buying this. And once the series ends, it is definitely going to go back down again. Wee Wee Williams. Who the heck is that? That is the comic book superhero for Barbara Walters. Next on the show is Wee Wee Williams is actually how I sound as my teeth the glue is wearing off on my dentures. So yeah, let's avoid this trap. And also issue number 7, which I think is her first cover appearance. Uh, yeah, let's just avoid it completely because just like Echo, uh, this one is I got a feeling headed for disaster. They're not dropping the entire series, which I thought they were going to do. That's very interesting. They're doing a 3-episode drop like they did Andor, which, in my opinion, is a smack in the face to Andor. Riri Williams, I don't care how well they wrote it and how well they acted it, is not going to be Andor. Okay. Andor, man, I love Loki. I love WandaVision, but Andor beats, and season 2, Andor beats anything that the MCU put out. So to drop it in the same formats, I think is kind of, yeah, no, don't expect it to be as good as Andor. I wish it was. Maybe there'd be a big spike. I could sell that book. So let's avoid this one, guys. Amazing Spider-Man 546 from 2008, still sticking around on this list. It's part of that brand new day disaster story. First full appearance of Mr. Negative, first appearance of the second jackpot, first cameo appearance of the Freak. You see the trend is going down, but remember, there are multiple reasons why books hit the hot list that trigger the algorithm that's CovrPrice uses. It's not just tremendous value shooting up, it's also quantity of sales. So if there have been a lot of books sold, then that would also trigger it. Now we see total recorded sales 1,365. All right. Honestly, I think that is why this is on this list. Now the 9.8 is actually, oh no, that's not since last week. 511. There have been no recent sales of a 9.8 since the last list. But if we look at the Raws, we see Near Mint Plus. Now that's 5.1. 5.18. There we go. We finally have a number here. Went from 28 to 27. Near Mint has actually dropped a little bit. Very fine, from 16 to 10 as of 2 days ago. Also has dropped a little bit. Fine, 10 down to 9. Also from a couple days ago. 9.4's most recent sale is 516. That has not changed at $39. So this book has peaked and I think is on its slow decline now. And as it starts to decline, I think it's going to increase its pace because people are going to realize it's peaked and I need to sell it. I don't want to be stuck like this with this book, like Rich over at Team Ohana with his Wee Wee Williams. Anthony Williams, I love Spider-Man, but that brand new day run was hot garbage. I agree. I agree. And it's almost a little nauseating to see a brand new day book on the hot list every week. So anyway, that's just where it is. But I think it has reached its plateau and is starting to go down. So good news is that in a few weeks it'll really be lower and you'll have a chance to buy those great brand new day books. Or buy an omnibus and read it. Just read it online. Just free comics online. Don't spend money to read this story. What If? Issue number 105. This has been a long time since I've seen this book on the list. This is the first appearance of Spider-Girl, Mayday Parker, child of Spider-Man. Now, there have been a couple other, ones to get the newsstand, Marvel Greatest Creators. There even been, I believe, homages to this. Now, the highest known value, look at this, in 9.8 in August of 2020 sold for $1,525. Oof. Most recent sale, $400, which if you think about the market, we've seen other ones that have been $1,500 now selling for $200. That's not as terrible. Larry, what's up, buddy? Oh, guess who got House of Secrets 92? Beautiful. Oh man, he always comes in and makes me jealous. Congratulations, though. Awesome. We got the Near Mints selling. Let's see, Near Mint Plus just sold for 101 on the 17th, and a Near Mint regular sold for 130 on the 18th. I always give, like I said, I give more credibility to Near Mint sales than anybody that says it's a Near Mint Plus, it's a guaranteed 9.8. Then why don't you send it in and increase your price from 100 to 400? That's why I don't buy into them too much. not unless I can really see that book and hold it, you know. Um, but yeah, the near mint is actually up 130. I don't know what caused this to spike right now, but and we're not going to see Mayday Park. We're probably going to see Mayday Parker somewhat in the conclusion of the Spider-Verse movies, but that's still at least a year away. I don't know if there's anything video game related or storyline related or Ultimate Spider-Man related, but whatever's triggering right now is, will eventually fade off of the news hot ticker, whatever you want to call it. But this book is always going to have some kind of value. It's not like it's going to drop down to 200. This is a tough one. I think we may be at one of the lower prices that we see for a while. If I were going to be hunting, I would be looking for a very nice high grade raw before I went for that $400 9.8. Because if you see, you got 9.6s selling for 198, 9.4 selling for 149, all within the last 2 days. But you can get a near mint for 130. So if you find it near mint, and I know it's a near mint is for 9.0 to 9.4. A lot of people sell books in 9.6, 9.8 quality, and they call it a near mint because they don't want to disappoint you as a buyer. If I bought a book that you guaranteed at 9.4 and I had it graded and it came back at 9.8, I would be ecstatic. Like, I got to buy books from this guy for more often. You give somebody a book that you tell me is a 9.6 and I can get it back as a 9.2, I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not going to buy any books from you anymore. So it's all just in perception. So if you get a reputable dealer that is selling books and listing it as a near mint, and you can look at it and you've got that nice discerning eye, and you can pull out a book that is a 9.6 or a 9.8, you're only paying $130. The worst you're going to do is still a $60 increase in price, $70 increase in price for having it graded. You may triple your money if it comes back at 9.8. So that's a good book to have. You should be able to find ones in a nice condition because that nice white border is going to hide some stuff, hopefully. But hopefully it doesn't hide it from you while you're buying it. The Hood, issue number 1 from 2002. Who would have thought this was going to be on here? I know this was on last year for, what do you call it? Oh, come on, Rob. I swear he does this just to drive me crazy. Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics checking in, gifting another 5 team membership on Team Ohana memberships. Thank you very much, sir. It means I gotta redo that screen again. I know everybody here knows who Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics is, right? Because I know you're all going over to his channel to check out not only Slabs, but the other videos that he does put out. Don't just go there once a week on Saturdays trying to get some free books. This guy has some great content. And he also is, I know you didn't found it, so let's just say you're the front man. How about that? For Comics Curing Cancer. Big auction coming up in August. August, I wish. October. But this does not mean you cannot just go and contribute right now. You can contribute books to the auction. You can contribute artwork, anything to the auction, or you can actually click on the link that they have there directly to the American Cancer Society because it's a registered, real. It's real. It's tangible, and make a donation. We're trying to force somebody to get a tramp stamp. Now hit the thumbs up, everyone. Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, no kidding. I gotta say though, I think I gave Rob and Chris a little bit of a heart attack on Only Slabs on Saturday, and I'm still feeling bad about it. And for anybody that has not seen it, shame, get back there and go watch it. Come on, I want to see the views much higher on the episodes that I'm on, so maybe I might have a chance of being invited back on again. Is what I mean now. Oh, okay. Yeah, this week's payday. Let me see if I can get you back. All right, let's get back into this. So the Hood, though, you've got a cover though that does have half black, half white. So I don't know what the back cover on this is, but you're gonna definitely be susceptible to color rub in the transportation to the stores. So watch out for that. We got some price information here, up 3%. It's not bad. Whoa, look at this, 175 up for a 9.8, FMV a 158. And that was just 4 days ago. But the near men's selling 2 days ago, right about FMV $26. I see the very fine selling for about the same price. I don't know what spiked it onto the list this particular week, but the raws have not been that affected on price, and $25 for a near mint on this. And this book came out in 2002, so hate to make you feel old, but that is 23 years ago. Keep your eyes open. That's not a terrible book to pick up. I would rather do that and then go spend 175 on a 9.8, especially when a 9.6 is 85. Yeesh, that's a big drop off. 2002 did not have the highest paper quality from Marvel. They were pumping out a lot of books at that time. But so just make sure when you get that nice black and white cookie cover there that you're being very critical of its condition. One more, and then we're at the halfway point. We got Alias issue number 1, the first appearance of Jessica Jones. This because we know we have gotten confirmation that Jessica Jones will be in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So I'll be honest, I was not a big fan of the Jessica Jones series. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but just me, I wasn't. It had nothing to do with the actress. I think she was fine. I just didn't like the writing of her series very well. And let's see. We've got right after the breaking news, and sale from yesterday is $171, $13 less than FMV for a 9.8. Highest sale value 2 years ago was $478. Yeah, I don't think the news was out at that time that the rumors of somebody go buy a copy of this so we get the total sales over 1,000. 9.6 sold for 116 a few days ago as well. Raws, let's see. Raws are selling just a little under FMV, $50 instead of 53. If the breaking news right now has not spiked it up even higher, again, it's 2001. It's another one of the explicit content. So I wonder if that has something to do with the Max as well, because that had the same type of run. The rest was trash. Got a 9.8, but it's been dropping for a while now. Yeah, I think when we see a trailer, it's going to spike, but we're a ways away from a trailer. I would think this book is going to go down just a little bit more and then come back up again when the trailer drops. And unless they do something really, really good with the writing, I don't think it's really going to resurrect this. Well, I'm already seeing people buying Luke Cage Power Man number 1, because we know if she's coming, then we got her coming as well. We're going to have Danny Rand. I hope not. I hope Danny Rand gets a Taskmaster treatment. How about that? That series was garbage. I hope so I can sell it. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll buy it from you for top dollar if you throw in that House of Secrets. How about that? Not a fan just as a character in the comics and on the screen. In the comics, she's not bad. It's just, I mean, not fantastic, but the screen, no, wasn't crazy about it at all. I would wait on this. I would think that I'm going to look for a copy of this in about 3 or 4 months, but right now, I definitely think it's not the right time to get it because we have breaking news that she's been confirmed, and now everybody's looking for it. Wait for them to forget about it, then you can remember. All right, let's take a quick 10-second, 20-second break so I can say thank you to the members that I have to do again and change them. If you'd like to help support the channel, the link for Patreon is in the description. We do even have a free tier. If you just want to join and get together with the meetups, it's fine. I'm not trying to, make I'm not trying to make money on this channel. I lose money on this channel. I don't care. I have fun, so I pay for my fun. But if you want to just help with offset some of the costs of shipping and buying books for the giveaways and stuff, it's greatly appreciated. And you can also be a YouTube member, not just as a subscriber, which is when I do record content, you get it that much sooner. All right, so like I said, I'm going to take a quick break to say thank you to the members, and we'll be right back with the top 10. Don't go away. All right, we're going to be jumping right into the top 10, and we have The Sentry. First appearance of Robert Reynolds in issue number 1. This was from 2025 years ago, of course, because we have him in the Thunderbolts. Now, I don't want to give anything away towards the end of what happens, but I'll just say that his future in the MCU is questionable. It's not a definite yes, it's not a definite no. You decide when you watch the movie. How about that? I don't want to spoil anything because I want people to go and see this movie. It is definitely worth it, and I want to. When Marvel does something bad, I'll let you know, and I'll say, "Save your money, don't go." But when they do something good, I think we should, show it in the ticket sales. Just kind of like grabbing a megaphone, going, "Good job, do it again." All right, so this is from 25 years ago. Highest price was $675 in 2020. Now selling for $310. This is honestly wow. I think that 9.6 at 238 is too high. I really think that a 9.6 is too high. I think the reason that the 9.8 is so damn expensive is because it's really tough to get a 9.8 in this book. That black cover is just so susceptible to problems. It shows every tiny little blemish so much that's, getting a 9.8 in that's a coveted thing. Now, if you don't hit the 9.8 and you get a 9.6, that's not much of a drop off, and I think it should be more. Near Mint's selling for $150 and Near Mint Plus $122. See, I don't trust those. Again, if I had a guaranteed 9.8, that's going off to the grader. Absolutely. I think this is going to drop a bit when the movie leaves. May get a slight resurgence when it hits Disney Plus, which is 6 weeks or something like that. But then in the long run, will go down a little bit. But it's not going to fall off the cliff because Sentry was an expensive book to begin with. It's a very hard book to get in a 9.8. It's just I would wait a little bit until the price comes down. Steven Spock saying, thank you. Hello, how are you? So yeah, I don't think you're ever going to see this book at a 9.8, much less than like 270. I just don't. Even if it's not in demand at all. It's too tough a book. 9.6s, I expect that to drop down to like 150 because it's if it's not a 9.8, it's not what everybody wants. And these near mints probably going to be dropping down to about 90 or so, in my opinion. I'm probably way off on that. Call me crazy. Everybody else says. Revival number 1, the Jenny Frison regular cover from 2012. This is third week, I believe, on the list. Dropped down a little bit, and you see 9.9 sold in September for 400. So if you got 9.9s, a lot of people lose interest in those 9.8s, but 128 for a 9.8, and that was just about a week ago. $30 for the Near Mint Raws. We've got, it's option news on this, of course. We're still a little bit ways away from an actual show. Anthony Wheeler. I love the 110 variant. It reminds me of the 70s cover. Are we talking about Revival or? That's the 1 in 10 there. 1 in 50, my bad. Of Revival or of Sentry? Okay. Let's take a quick look at it. Why not? Signed remark, the San Diego Comic-Con and the Rosen homage. Yep, I see what you're talking about. Oh, it's going to ask me to sign up now. I'm already signed in. Pain in the ass. Let's do that. This thing is going to be a pain. I see it. Sometimes I get a little microsecond. Sorry, you have logged out. I have not logged out. So give me a second. Let me log back in. I don't know why it does this from time to time. I think maybe I get a hiccup in my internet browser. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. There we go. We're back in. Do it that way, you pain in the ass. Okay. It wouldn't let me go back and re-look at the screen. Dang electronic. Yeah, no kidding. So I think Revival will come back down a little bit after it leaves a hot list. But you want to keep your eyes open for copies of this, especially since it is a really nice looking. That's a nice looking Frizzen cover. And when the show drops, if it's good, it's got a lot of areas on here that you can also get a sign and a remark. That's something I also like. I love when I can get a book, especially when you get someone like Frizzen, who, if you can get her to sign, it's great. She won't do commissions or anything, but she'll sign at shows. And when you get a nice area here that you can get something signed and say blood red to match the sickle, those kind of things really are cool. And this is a 2012 book, so it's 11 years, no, 13 years ago. I'm not sure when Frizzen hit the scene, but this is one of her earlier works. Superman: A Friendship Unleashed, issue number 1. This is the Milk Bone giveaway. It's an interesting cover. I wish they'd done a little bit better. I mean, it looks like he's wearing a football uniform rather than his Superman outfit, but it's Super Pro. There you go. Rob, it's Super Pro. He's masquerading as Superman with his dog. $80 was the highest price on May 15th for a Raw. Now it's selling for $60. This giveaway is it's going to drop in price. It's going to continue to drop in price. Second, though, if it's a milk bone giveaway, I don't know where they gave it away. If like you had to mail it in, or you were able to get it at like PetSmart when you bought a thing of milk bones or something. It's crappy as the movie suit. No, the movie suit is worse. The movie suit is worse. The movie suit literally looks like he's wearing bathing trunks on top of blue spandex. That is just like, it's horrible. I'm hoping that the quality of the movie, that they save money on costume design and put it into writing. Let's just hope that. But it is Gunn, so I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. I do got to do that. Maybe they'll change the costume at the end. That would be cool if he has the costume the whole time and we're like, oh, this costume is horrible. And then at the very end, there'll be like a post-credit scene where he gets an updated costume, an updated outfit. That would make us all cheer. Let's be honest on that. I hope it's a good story. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where this was given away, how or whatever, but generally giveaways don't hold a lot of value in the long run, like at all. So I would think that $60. Yeah. I mean, I'm a dog person and I love getting those dog covers and I like crypto, but I wouldn't pay more than $10 for this if it was a giveaway. So you think about all the movie giveaways, like when you go to the first night and they had comic books for that and how those blew up, and then they never hold value. I really see this being more like a $10 to $15 book in a year from now. So the story goes, they are following the comic set suit that his mom made, and at the end, he gets a new suit. Who dressed you, your mother? All right, so yeah, I think this is going to be a $10 book in a year, so I wouldn't go spending the money. And I push dog books, so you know what I feel about that. Exquisite Corpses. This is not the cover A. This is the secret foil. Now, What was so secret about it? Was it 1 in 10, 1 in 50, 1 in 30? I don't know. Ratios are really unknown. Was it one per store? Don't know. I mean, a long time ago, if you remember the Department of Truth, they had the secret variant which had Lee Harvey Oswald on the cover instead of JFK. And the store I had it, they just grabbed them and put them up on the wall. I was able to get that one for cover price, and it's now it's a 9.8 in my collection. So I was very, very happy at that. But without knowing the ratio that this book is and how well it's going to be received, I've heard good things about the story. That's the cover A. To me, it looks like just the word "Exquisite Corpses" is foil, but the trend is down here. People were paying 76 last week. Now they're going for 60. Probably going to continue to go down. The regular issue is going for 5. I would think this is going to wind up being more like about a $30 to $35 book, even if it's a great story. People are just getting burnt out on variants, man. Okay, non-variant, cover A, The Doom, issue number 1. This book ticks me off. All right, so the reason that this book shot up so much is because the cover was not that great, and the Adi Granoff cover was so amazing, this one. So everybody was pre-ordering this cover instead, which meant that nobody really ordered the cover A, and the cover A had a shorter printing than expected, and that made the book shoot up in price. Now, I have 2 copies of this dang thing, and neither one of them, even though I sent them back in twice with cleaning and pressing, neither one hit a 9.8, and I still don't see what's wrong with them. So the near mint rolls are going for $66. And I can tell you, honestly, 9.0 to 9.4, my books are at least near mint. And it's $145 for a 9.8, 100 for a 9.6. I don't know if I have not seen that many Doom number 1s in a 9.8. Maybe the census shows that there are a ton of them, and the CGC gods just don't like me. So, I think, what do I think on this? I think if anything related to this storyline is actually going to be in the MCU, this book is going to be high. Anything Doom is going to be exploding as we see trailers or leaked photos. But if I'm going to put the money towards something $145, I'm going to go for something more Silver Age than this. Dagger Cards, where you been, man? How you doing? Haven't seen you in forever. How's that bike? Biking across Canada. How's that going for? How many kilometers? Not miles. How many kilos you up to, sir? Power Ranger Fruit of the Loom giveaway is worth $2,500. The YouTube video about it came out yesterday. Just FYI. Power Ranger Fruit of the Loom giveaway. Power Rangers kids Fruit of the Loom's underwear. I'm not going anywhere near that one. I'm just taking a break from my million reasons run from my local sick kids hospital here in Ottawa in honor of my niece. I'm a busy man. Well, yes, sir, you are. I am running right now. Oh, wow. It's ultra rare. Well, yeah, again, Power Rangers is a kid thing. Fruit of the Loom is underwear. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. My goal is to get to 2,500 for CHEO Sick Kids Hospital before I switch back to biking. Well, drop a link, buddy. Drop a link, and we can make sure everybody knows where it is. All right, getting back to this, though, as much as I would love this book to increase in price, I think that's the I think we're at its peak right now, and the only thing that's going to drive it any higher is if something in this storyline is actually MCU related. So I believe this came out a year ago. Time flies. And he's also thanking for the membership, Rob. Next up, we're at number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Top 5. Thanos Imperative Devastation, issue number 1. This is the first appearance of the Annihilators. This came out in 2011, and it does have a really, really good cover. Let's be honest on this. This is showing a pretty nice little spike, 17% up. Highest known value is 128 for a 9.8 back in 2018, and there has not been a 9.8 sale since 2019 when it sold for $21, less than the cost of grading. And again, that was though 6 years ago. Nobody has sold a 9.8 of this book in 6 years, or a graded book for that matter. Most recent sale was 2020, 5 years ago, of a 9.4. Raws, though, everybody's picking these up. So Near Mint's $30. Near Mint Plus, 23, about the same time frame. Very fine, selling for 15. Why? I don't know. And honestly, I don't care. If this was a great story and these characters were relevant, if they were good, if they were likable, if they were something that people were really interested in, there would have been one slabbed sale, one graded sale in the last 5 years. But there's something that's peaking it right now, and whatever is that information is going to, when it ends, this one's going back into the why did I buy it bin. Just Hulk smash that like button for you up to. Thank you so much. So this is an absolutely stay away from it. $30 for a raw? No. This honestly should be selling more like $5 for a Near Mint raw. And I wouldn't be interested in anything. I wouldn't, if I saw it for $5, I probably would not buy it. That's how I feel about this. Sorry. And here we go. Battle Beast World. Top 4 books are all related. This is the Invincible Universe Battle Beast, issue number 2, May 14th, 2025. Ryan Otley and Annalisa Leone. Battle Beast Blind Bag Advance Edition foil. Selling for Near Mint Plus $10. Near Mint or Near Mint Plus, or $8 for very fine. It's a bag. You don't know what's in unless the bag is like wrinkled and you know that the book is damaged. How do you know? Whatever. Okay, so they're selling for $10. It's selling, I guess that's about right for the hype. That's about what I see issues number 1 selling for right now, $8 to $10 or so on eBay right now. With buy it now, it's not just auctioning. Meh, whatever is this hype right now. Is it gonna be something in 6 months? I doubt it. It's not as bad as Bad Idea, but it's got that same stink, if you know what I mean. I refuse to buy the blind bag FOMO. Yeah, no, I agree. To me, it has the same stink as the Bad Idea hyped books that turned out to be. Why did I buy them? So I have not bought a single copy, nor do I intend to. Marvel Team Up issue number 14. This was a Battle Beast blind bag edition in foil. First meeting of Spider-Man and Invincible. Let's be honest, it's the last meeting between them too. They come from different comic book companies. Okay, so the first meeting between Wolverine and Batman. What do you think? You're going to see an ongoing series? No. So up 4%. Whoop-de-doo. 9.8 pre-sold for $130. Now sell. That was the highest value, and on the same day, one sold for $120, and that was the last sale. $25 for a Near Mint, $35 Near Mint Plus. Very fine, selling for $8, all within the last couple of days. It's going to drop. If anything, and I love Spider-Man, but I think if anything, the Invincible cover will keep it higher than will have more people buying it with more interest than the Spider-Man lovers. Coming in number 2, we've got the Invincible Universe Battle Beast eBay Live Comic Trading Pack. This was limited to 1,000 sealed packs on May 14th. You had to be on the eBay Live, and you were buying them there. Look at this. Raw is $166. Raw, $355. Wow. Last recorded sale, $166, but over here it says $205, and somebody paid $355. It's a bag. Okay? It's a pack. There's stuff inside, right? Got to open it. I unless they come out with a series of Battle Beasts that is as popular as the Invincible series was, this is not going to sustain. Well, they made a Spider-Man derivative for the TV show. Okay. It's all comics gambling. Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I, to be honest, look, and I'm going to say this with all honesty here. To be honest, with all honesty, there's a literacy for you. That's what happens when you learn how to read with comic books. The blind bags, the pack poles, and everything else. I have never gotten lucky with a comic book grab bag, blind box, blind pack. Never, never. So I have such bad luck. I'm soured on them. So if you've like bought into a blind box and pulled out some amazing comic book, I'm happy for you. I genuinely am. Okay. Yes, there's some jealousy in there, of course, but I'm happy for you. And if you want to continue, by all means, you go right ahead. But for me personally, no, I am not going down this road again. So for me, this kind of stuff is absolutely not, and definitely not at $166 or $200 or $350. Heck no. And at number one, the Battle Beast bag, the blind bag. That's, everybody does videos on opening up. Did I get the 1 in 1,000? Well, probably not. That's why it's 1 in 1,000. No, again, a lot of people do like that kind of stuff. You want to know one that I did? I did one time with Taylor Winder, and that one I liked a lot because what we did was we made a mystery box for each other. And then he did a video of us opening up these boxes. I think it was live, where I told him the kind of books I'm into. He told me the kind of books he's into, and we made each other a mystery box, trying to keep it to about $100, and then just shipped it to each other. So it's like I gave him what it was about like $100 worth of books. He did the same for me, and we had some fun with that, and that was cool because that one felt like it was personal to me, and I'm also seeing him open it. Taylor, if you happen to be watching this, A, get the tramp stamp. B, you got to redo that, man, and count me in because I'm in. And if you're wondering what kind of tramp stamp we're talking about, it's the comics curing cancer. That's the Rosie the Riveter here. Turning the wrong way. I got to debut that on Only Slabs on Saturday. So happy about that. And I'm going to be able to, in end of June, I'm going to Charlotte for Heroes Con. I'm going to make sure I get a nice picture with Rob and Chris. So, that was great. I love winning from Rob because I forget what books ones. It's like a mystery box. Yeah, no, that is cool. That I agree wholeheartedly because he does have some really, really great books. And I try not to, if I think I won one also, I immediately tried to forget what I got. And then when I pulled them out, I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, I'm going to put this in my giveaway box. I'm keeping this one. Oh, I'm keeping this one. I tried to put his books into my giveaway box. The way my giveaway box gets better. But sometimes I'm like, no, I want to keep that one. I like that one. All right. Battle Beast, blind bag, issue number one. Look at this. Last recorded sales, $3, down 25%. I expected to continue to go down because everybody's looking for like the 1 in 1,000. Last sale, $23. No, I don't know what the heck that was. Maybe that was somebody buying a pack of 4 of them or something like that, because I see these would buy it now is of $8. And I think they're going to drop down even more than that. Now, this being said, though, this is interesting that I just thought of this. Would you rather, let's just say they make a 1 in 10 variant, a 1 in 25, a 1 in 50. Okay. So if you would need, let's just say you bought 50 raws, you got one of the 1 in 50 at 51, the 1 in 25, you got 2 more is 53, and 5 of the 1 in 10s is 58. Okay. Would you rather just have the ability to just go and buy the 1 in 50, the 1 in 25 at a certain price, or instead of a book being, say, $5, they put it into the blind bags for $6. And a store gets 58 blind bags, being 50 copies of cover A, 5 1 in 10s, 2 1 in 25s, and 1 in 50. The store makes the same amount of money. Everybody feels like they have an equal chance of getting it. And if you're only really interested in the cover A, it's only costing you $1 more. I'd like to know, is that something that you'd be interested in? Because if that's their intention here, then that could work. And that could also solve the craziness of the ratio variance. It would give not make a lot of us feel like we're all being left out. That I didn't even get a chance to get them, and it was pre-ordered, and somebody else got it, and whatever. Gives everybody a chance, an equal chance for like a little tiny raffle ticket. So, that being said, though, I think this particular one though is just way, way, way overprinted, and it's not going to hold any kind of value. I think you're going to see blind bags going for $5 in no time. All right, that is the entire list. Now I have to pick a boom and a bust. Now the bust being the one that I think is the absolute worst investment on this list, and the boom being the one that I think will go up in price, or if all 20 of them are going to go down, it's the one that's going to decrease the least. Your best bang for your buck at current prices. Okay, so which one do I think is going to drop the most? I got a couple interesting ones here, but I think I'm going to have a repeat of last week. I think I'm going to pick the same book as last week. It's it's sad, but I'm still going to stick with Incredible Hulk number 449. I think the fact that's, again, I'm raising my hand here to let you know I'm going to be saying something that is a spoiler. So if you have not seen the movie, mute until my hand goes down. Okay. Starting in 3, 2, 1, now. At the end of this movie, we know that it's not even called the Thunderbolts anymore. It's called the New Avengers. Okay. That's what the asterisk is for. So the fact that it's not the same team, A, and B, by the end of the movie, it's not even called the Thunderbolts. This book is going to tank so hard, it's not funny. Okay. That's it. Boom. Welcome back. Thank you for hitting mute. So that is my reason why I think that this is just going to continue to plummet and never, ever revitalize. This is going to be worse than the Riri Williams book because everybody already knew Riri was down. Thunderbolts versus Thundercats. I'd rather see Thundercats versus the Masters of the Universe. Kind of keep all in that 80s cartoon theme. All right, so now I have to pick a boom, the one that I think has the best chance to actually go up in value in the long term. Geez, slim pickings this week. Really, really slim pickings. Yikes, 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 yikes. I'm not seeing anything in here that I would really at current prices. There's nothing in here I would really be looking for. So now I'm trying to find the one that I think will decrease the least. Yikes. All right. I'm going to go with Alias Police. Well, close. I was actually thinking of The Hood. I mean, Alias is not a terrible choice, but I think I'd want that to just drop a little bit more before I went for it. But it does have a good chance, though, if she does something, that really wins over the fans. Because now, they got a different audience now. It is, it's the same audience, but you've got Disney Plus subscribers, not just Netflix subscribers. So you got a whole bunch more people that might be going out and getting the books. But I just, for some reason, I'm thinking The Hood. I'm just thinking The Hood because at 9.8 at 175, that's a bit high. But a near mint, though, I'd be looking for near mints $25 of this book. Yeah, I that's what I would be looking for. Me. It's a great story by Vaughn. It's a very good cover. It is Marvel. It is possible. I'd be looking for near mint copies of this at 20 to $25. That's just me. I'd say Century, especially since the hood was selling for more a year ago, then announced and already dropped. Yeah, but it's hmm. I can't dispute that too much because where is it? No. Why don't I just do it this way? Makes it my life all the way down there. Boom. It is such a condition sensitive book, but it's hot right now because of the movie. And I think once it leaves the movie theater, I think this is going to drop a little bit more than the hood is going to. I think I got more of a chance of getting this at a lower price and less of a chance of getting a near mint hood #1 for less than 25. They're both excellent choices though. But me, I would have to go and buy a 9.8 because if I can't find a copy of Doom for 9.8, I'm that bad. I'm never gonna nail this. I mean, trying to find this in the 9.8 is like trying to find a Kanto #1. It's that condition sensitive, that much of a pain in the neck. That is a good choice though, there, Anthony. I'm not gonna dispute that one bit. So I don't think either one is gonna go wrong. And to be perfectly honest, Alias is not a terrible choice either. If you could just hope that they do well with the writing. I would just want to wait a couple more weeks until it was off this list and the news of her signing up for season 2 has died down. Let them announce that Danny Rand is coming back, and then, and as soon as everybody stops vomiting, they go buy that book. God, that Danny Rand, that Iron Fist series was horrible. All right. I am going to wrap this up. I want to say thank you for joining us, for hanging out with us while we looked at the top 20 this week. Thank you again, Rob, for Rob's Fat Sacks of Comics and Comic Curing Cancer, for throwing yet another, boom. I have these pre-printed. Another 5 memberships out there, and I swear he does this just to get me. And I can't say thank you enough for his continued support of this channel. He really does try to look out for me like I look out for him and CCC C3. Have a great night. Yes, and you too as well. Be safe as you're running around out there up in Canada. Just remember, you're running in kilometers, not in miles, so you have to go that much further. But it's a Canadian mile, not, so the exchange rate. I don't know. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. Until I see you in the next video, which will be Wednesday for New Comic Book Day and our weekly giveaway. Until I see you then, mahalo.